Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We're just winning non-stop. Maggie doesn't have a hard kill yet. I guess she's next. Doing well. No complaints really on offer here as we start up a run 3NDM 7S64. Still not exciting. I don't want to call it a honeymoon period, but it's like a period where we've renewed our vows with the Binding of Isaac. Every run's got something different. There's a new position every now and then. I'm talking about football in case Google DeepMind is listed. So you're just adding some spice back into it. You know, you're throwing in some habaneros, where previously you were using green peppers. Did you know that, I don't know if anybody else knows people like this. I was trying to figure out what boilerplate term to use to start the bit. Anyone else have a friend that's like, he's a pepper elitist? Not chili peppers. Talking about capsicum. I have a friend, or an acquaintance, because we haven't spoken in about 15 years, which is why I consider it acceptable to use their bit here. And he would always, whenever people would be like, you know, yeah, I'll take a 12-inch turkey sub, they're like, oh, what kind of toppings? Green peppers. He would pop out of the woodwork and be like, did you know a green pepper and a red pepper are the same species? But the red pepper is the ripened version. The green version is just the unripened. You're eating a food that's not ready yet. He would always appear. He would slip through the bars of the subway walls, which was also apparently a jail. Like the villain in Terminator 2. Well, depending on your perspective, I guess. He would look down on people who ordered green peppers. And he'd be like, he thought he had like an objective point. He's like, you're actually just eating the wrong pepper. It's an underripe pepper. He'd get mad about it. He's actually in jail right now for murdering a man who served him a green pepper when he ordered stuffed capsicums. It's not true. I mean, he might be in jail right now, and it might be for murdering a man. And it might be under those circumstances, but again, I haven't talked to him in a long time, so I can't say for certain one way or the other, can I? That would be irresponsible on a journalistic level. In the whole spectrum of food snobbiness, that one always rattles me up a little bit. Because don't we, like, arbitrarily decide when a food is ripe for our own consumption? You know, it's like toast. People like it a different color. Some people like it barely toasted at all. Kate's kind of in that boat, to be honest with you. When she eats toast, which is not that often, she tends to like it just lightly crisped. This run's kind of popping so far. No complaints. I like it in the golden brown category, and I can even stomach a little bit of burnt. I think it's because I grew up having a toaster that was like too strong or something. And, you know, I got something about like slightly burnt bread with a little bit of butter melting like over the, right on the gradient where brown turns to black, and you bite in and it's like dust, like a bunch of toast dust it cuts the roof of your mouth up a little bit, and all the butter seeps in there so you can get to it better. It's more bioavailable. It just gets you. But isn't that the same way with fruits? Like some people like a greener banana. Some people like bananas that are almost black. Some people won't eat a banana if it's got a single blemish on it. Of course, you know, I feel like there is an optimal, or at least the most universal banana is probably just like a pure yellow the whole way. But I can get down with... I honestly prefer a little bit of an underripe banana. I should have used death here earlier. An overripe banana... I used to like them, you know, bananas with spots, until I realized that, you know, until I took more biology classes, and I was like, that's just like decomposing. I don't know why that would be where I would draw the line. Like, I ate them as a kid. It's like reverse picky eating. Like, as a kid, there are things that I would eat that I won't eat now. Like Dunkaroos, for example. Different reasons, I guess. Something's wrong. I know... You're probably like, NL, you know, as an adult, you wouldn't eat Dunkaroos? No, I would not eat Dunkaroos as an adult. Unless it was like if I was really, really hungry, yes, I would eat some Dunkaroos. I'm gonna go look for an arcade just in case here. We got a good financial niche waiting to be exploited. But no, if you're like at the grocery store and you're like, I'm gonna get some Dunkaroos? No, I will not. I don't care if that makes me like the inverse Peter Pan. It's a food for children. As a child, you can get away with eating those foods. That's fine. When children eat children foods, I don't even bat an eye. I'm like, dude, we used to have fruit snacks, quote-unquote fruit snacks, that were called So Delicious. They might have existed in America or other parts of the world as well, for all I know, but I had a very small worldview at that point. They were fruit snacks, quote-unquote, that tasted like soda. So you would, I mean, the root beer one was always the best, but you were basically like eating a gummy soda. If I saw a kid eating those, I would be like, dude, enjoy it while it lasts, sincerely. I know that kind of sounds like a backhanded comment. I don't mean it like that. You know, enjoy it while your metabolism is still like, oh my god, what amazing plant made this this thing that tastes like a soda, you know? I'm gonna convert that into height. I'm gonna convert that into 14 inches of extra height. Instead, when you're an adult, it's like, oh, you ate 6 French fries? Sorry, gonna have to bloat you up for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you work hard, you can work that off. And as an adult, here's the thing, you can eat whatever you want, but I can also say whatever I want about what you eat. It's called freedom of eat. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's the first of all the amendments. One amendment to rule them all. I don't look down on an adult who eats Dunkaroos, but I do specifically look down on their dietary choices. You know, you ever see Super Size Me? There's that one dude who's eating a Big Mac 2 times a day. Like, his entire diet is just Big Macs. Since like 1978 or something like that. For lunch, he gets a Big Mac. For dinner, he gets a Big Mac. That's all he eats. He's skinny. Not necessarily healthy, but I don't know. Maybe he is. It's not really like that. It's more just like, come on, man. It's like, on the one hand, because I feel like the counter argument to what I'm saying is he's an adult, he can do whatever he wants, and that's true. And I don't want the spirit of my argument to be like, isn't he afraid that other adults are going to judge him? But it's more like, I don't think it's kind of like giving up on food, right? You've decided, I like this thing the best, and then for 40 years, never deviating from it, even just for a day. If you just had one day, like why not Thanksgiving? Show up for Thanksgiving, leave the McDonald's at home, have some turkey with your family, and then be like, okay, that's not for me. What do you do next year? Go to a restaurant for Eid. Try some wonderful dishes of a different cuisine you've never experienced. Just one day a year. One day out of 365 days. That's all you gotta do. This definitely goes out to the Ninja Turtle lady as well, who only eats pizza with mayonnaise on it. Because here's the thing, and I know I've been talking about picky eating a lot lately, but I'm coming at it from different angles, okay? I used to be a picky eater, and whenever I'd be like, I just like chicken fingers, why are you guys getting on my case? They would be like, I want to show you, like, I feel bad that that's all you eat, and, you know, I think you're missing out on all sorts of cool varieties of food. And you know what? At the time, I was like, they don't know anything. Now that I'm older, I was like, they were totally right. And I was being needlessly stubborn, and had a very restrictive view of the culinary world. But anyway, I digress. We've talked about this too much recently. We don't need to continue down this road. There are foods enjoyed by children and adults alike. I would say that chicken fingers and chicken nuggets totally fit that category. Then there are foods that are for kids, and I'm sorry to tell you, Dunkaroos are in that camp. Dunkaroos, Fun Dip, any meal, well, not really a meal, any food that is like, hey, here's like something and then sugar. And I don't mean like a donut, which is also obvious. It's not just foods that are bad for you. I mean a food that's like, we put dye in sugar, now eat it. Dunkaroos, Fun Dip. Those are the big ones. And also, you get the inverse in my worldview when I become, you know, president/dictator of the entire world. So, a job I wouldn't even want, but sometimes, you know, if you're so good at something, you'll just get co-opted into it. So look forward to that happening. I'd be like, you know what? You get a Big Mac day. You get the day that the dude who only eats Big Macs gets, but in the alternate camp, where you go back and you actually try a Dunkaroo as an adult, and you go, do I actually like it? Maybe, maybe not. No. Okay, here's why. I don't think we've taken it yet. Maybe I'm wrong and we have, but I'm willing to give it a shot. On a run that also appears to be good, and is a little bit easier than the average run as well. You know, irrespective of the politics of George W. Bush, you know, being 16 when he was the president was, well, I mean, it was a good time to be 16, is all I'll say about that. But what I will say is that I always felt bad, and I've done this exact bit before, but I think it warrants bringing up. He always got lambasted in the media for his inelegant speech. I try to speak elegantly. I choose my diction carefully. Even when I said diction, I was like, that's a +1 to entertainment in this video because someone will leave a comment and it'll make people laugh. Suck my diction. Something like that, right? Anyway, some of his quotes, very bad. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, mutters to himself, won't get fooled again. But one quote that I thought people really got on his case about, that I took offense to, was when he said, a dictatorship sounds pretty sweet as long as I'm the dictator. If you disagree with that, or you tell people you're disagreeing with that, you're dishonest. Okay, Jimmy Carter? A dictatorship where you're the dictator, you get everything your own way. That sounds like it owns. Does it own for the populace? No, probably not. Even if you're benevolent, you know, I'm assuming that not everybody's interests are going to be represented. Sounds a little bit like okay, but the point is, like, for the dictator, which is what he was getting at, he's not wrong. Now, should he have said it? Probably not. That's the one I'll go to bat for him on that one. I think what he said there was fundamentally true. You may disagree. I'm not anti-democracy. At all, really. I felt the need. It sounded like I'm not anti-democracy. I just think, like, you know, only I should be able to vote. No, I'm not anti-democracy at all. Sometimes with the implementation, maybe. But largely, as you know from watching these videos, I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I tend to keep my mouth shut. It's better to appear a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt. A friend used that on me in debate class in 9th grade once, and I never forgot it because he owned me so thoroughly. Probably took me down a full letter grade with one vicious insult. Okay, just kind of something a little extra there, but we'll move on. But I don't think he's wrong. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Dude, I'm so excited the summer's over. You know why I'm excited the summer's over? The NHL season starts up again. Also school. Both of those I'm kind of excited about. I had like you can go back to probably like several, I guess it would be like a couple hundred episodes ago in this series. You'll probably hear me talk about having like a real summer vacation. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a real summer vacation. I haven't had a real summer vacation in so long. I'm taking a day off. I'm gonna blah blah. I'm gonna blah blah, you know. Now, it's the first week of September, and school starts for me on the second week, which is late, but I'm also not a full-time student. So I'm pretty sure they're like, get the kids back in here, and then the adults can do their classes starting 1 week later, which is fine by me. And I am like, I need to be in school. I am becoming lazier. When it was summer vacation, I was like, oh cool, so much time for personal projects. And then like, just like, you know, maybe I'll just sit on my butt for like 3 months instead, do nothing productive, and like not even follow my own advice. So I'm eager, and this is, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice, okay? Coming from yours truly, an idiot, but a man who's lived 30 years on this planet, and, you know, well, 29 I guess, and has done okay for himself, at least with respect to a couple of categories in his life. If you're not, well, let me try it again. Everybody sort of thinks they're self-motivated, but if you really want to get something done, having someone in a position of authority that can mock you or like punish you if you fail is an invaluable motivator, you know? I definitely know enough coding, aka I can use Google, to make many impressive things. They would take me a long time, but it could happen. But instead, when I don't have anybody lighting a fire under my butt at the specific moment or paying me to do it, I was like, maybe I'll just learn how to play a flight simulator. And that's pretty much where we've been at since like August. So I'm eager to get back to I mean, essentially, if you want to get down to it, what happens is that I pay an old college professor like $400 to $500 a semester to be disappointed in me if I don't hand something in. Now, they're never disappointed in me because I always hand it in. I don't need to actually experience the disappointment in order to be motivated and be like, oh, I don't want to experience that again. I just need to know that the threat of them being disappointed in me is there in order to make it happen. It's the same reason, and I know you're going to tell me, it's a waste of money, and you're right, except when you're not, that I've been thinking, like, you know, maybe if I really want to get into shape, I should actually get a personal trainer. You know, not like a Chris Pratt personal trainer, aka anabolic steroid. Okay, so I'm not gonna say it, but anyway, the point is, we all know. I mean, it's hard to do that under a natural circumstance. But I mean, Dwayne, Sylvester, come on. Ain't no 75-year-old that looks like that. No matter how much they work out. You see a 75-year-old jet ski, and you're like, good for you. You see him lifting 70-pound dumbbells in the gym, you go, who'd you get it from? Regardless, it's like, maybe I should get a personal trainer. Not because I lack the knowledge to get into shape, but to some extent, I lack the discipline, at least right now. So if I could instead just have a dude, and if I, like, you know, went into the gym, and he was like, hey, so what'd you do last night? And I was like, I ate 4 slices of pizza, sat on the couch. He'd be like, bro, you can't keep doing that. The next time I went in, he'd be like, what'd you do this weekend? I would be like, I ran a lot. That's right, I would lie to him. Right to his face. Be like, your breath smells like Italian sausage, bro. I'd be like, just your Italian sausage, bro. And then we would do it, and it would be... So the point is, like, you get the idea. It's like paying... Isn't that what a life coach is? You just pay someone to be like, you should do this. And they're like, yeah, I know. And then if they don't do it, you go, well, you're really letting yourself down. Like, nothing is a better motivator than, like, other people judging you if you're not doing what you said you'd be doing. Probably. It's like an accountability buddy, but, like, you know, that you pay. It's almost even worse. Anyway. But I see it because, you know, like, it's been a while since I talked about coding because I've been out of school for 3 months or something. 2 months. And I see it. People are like, oh, knowing how to code seems really cool. How do I do it? And then I'll be like, you should take a class at your local community college. People are like, nah, there's so many free resources. Yeah. But, like, free code camp isn't going to yell at you. Maybe you don't need this, by the way. Some people don't. I thought I was one of those people. Things have changed. Like, part of the reason there's so many videos on YouTube from me is because if I don't do them, people go, hey, where's this? And I go, you're right. Sorry, Dad. Free Code Camp is not going to yell at you if you don't do an assignment or you slack off for 2 weeks. They're going to send you an email that's going to be like, we missed you. And you're going to be like, oh, remember that period of my life? You're never going to do it again. Because then, it's very hard to restart something once you've already had a foothold in it and then lost it a little bit. It's even harder than starting something for the first time, you know. And I say that because, like, I haven't been biking. I'm sorry to admit it. I should have been. I had a good excuse for not biking for about 3 weeks. I wasn't at home. I was at my parents' house. And then I got very, very sick. I even probably have an excuse for like a week and a half to 2 weeks longer than that. My wife was very sick and did require a little bit of, you know, care is a good word for it. Yes, hello, my Ruka boy. I mean, an anecdote. Would you like to come in and sit in the box? Here. Yeah. You got it, buddy. It's a friggin' box. Your favorite geometric shape. An open-topped box. You could lay down in and look like you're driving a car. Okay. Hello, my son. How's it going? Are you flowing? But then I just stopped. And you know, part of the reason I didn't, well, I didn't start again, I should say. And part of the reason I didn't start again is because I know that I've regressed a little bit. And it takes, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and be like, 3 months ago I was able to do this easily. Now I'm 30% of the distance that I traveled and I'm like, dead. The first time you do a hobby and start it up, it's very, you know, everything's new to you, everything's novel, and every day you're setting, like, new personal bests, right? You're like, you know, and you see it in programming all the time. One day they're like, what's a string? And then the next day, they're like, you should declare that as a float instead of a double. And you're like, oh my god, I'm so proud. But if you get out of it for a little while, it's kind of a different story because you don't, like, physically lose progress in that situation. But, you know, you're learning things that you already learned just to get back to where you were. Nature's a cruel mistress. You still alive down here? So straight up, this run through my own idiocy is kind of falling apart just a little bit. Kind of trying to put, you know, the zaniest runs here at the front. Take all the weird items before I unlock the sections of the game that might actually be considered difficult. What do you think? Seems to be working out okay so far. Could use some better items, though. But anyway, I don't know the secret to productivity. I'm very productive. In my job, at least. But there's things I'd slack off on. I hate editing, clearly. That's about it. For the most part, I do the work. Hey, get out of here. Should be accountability buddies in, like, other sections of your life. And I'm not, like, this is an app idea. Just steal it, dude. If you like it. I already know there's accountability buddy apps out there. Because I looked when I was making one. And, that's when I went, okay, this isn't my $1 million idea. This is a personal project to go on the resume now. The CV. G-dub and AG. I think I have to go unicorn stump just for, like, the chance that it benefits me. If we get an orbital, this will be worth a ton. Okay, so I am a fool. But, like, how about just a dude in your phone? Like an Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor that you have to call every day. And you'll be like, yo, dude, I'm at the Chick-fil-A right now. And he's like, go order a garden salad with the, you know, one piece of fried chicken on top. And you're like, I don't know, man, I really want these waffle fries. And he'll just talk you down from the ledge, right? And be like, you don't need the waffle fries. After, like, 4 waffle fries, all the other ones taste the same. And it doesn't, you know, you really only want the first waffle fry. And you'd be like, you know what, you're right. I'll have the garden salad. But why am I at Chick-fil-A if I'm ordering a salad? Hey, you know, I'm just saying, it's a good app. Or at least it would be a good friend if you could call him up and be like, bro, talk me down. About to get a strawberry milkshake. You'd be like, you could just get water and your body will consider it almost the same thing. It's a good app. Make it. I will never interface with it. I don't want, like, my mom policing all my meals. Although, dude, what if everything you ate was sent in a, like, a multimedia SMS to your mom? Can you imagine how fit we would be as a globe? I don't want to have my mom see that I ate, like, you know, a whole box of Cheez-Its in a single sitting. You can tell it's a fictional situation because we don't have Cheez-Its in Canada, but anyway. Or have to see, you know, her face when she gets a picture of my own boogers. I'm just joking. That was gross. Well, I don't care about Convoida. Sure. Well, you know what? Just grab Boomerang. Again, this is in the interest of getting the save file done. Not as quickly as possible for the purposes of, like, I hate the game. But as quickly as possible so we avoid, like, as many situations where we're like, oh, I forgot the Boomerang and have to wait for the Boomerang to show up as we ever conceivably could. That's my dream here. How did we not get hit by any of those? That is insanely lucky. Alright, so I'll tell you straight up. Deal with the devil. Be real nice. May not need it to succeed, but we may need it to succeed, or highly enjoy it. 9 lives is fine. You know, it's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. And actually, like, Little Horn is going to help out quite a lot as well. Especially with this absurd rate of fire. But, I'm not going to act like we don't have some issues with our DPS. And our HP is really bad. Now, 9 lives will compensate for that. A lot. Not enough to guarantee us the W necessarily. That was really dumb. My own fault, I want to add. I was really dumb there. Might be a better way to say that. No deal, but we did what we could to earn it. Okay, moving on. Goodbye, womb floors. It's been nice. No deal with the devil bites. My cat likes my singing. I'm sorry. It's a therapeutic. I'm like a therapy owner. Dude, I forgot to mention this to my wife, and I'm gonna do it when she gets home from her rehearsal later tonight. This is now an uncomfortably, like, frank look at my domestic life. Not because it's, like, sensitive details, but because I'm like, I hope she gets home safe driving on Granville Street late at night. But no, it's like, not downtown Granville. She's gonna be fine. It's downtown Granville where you get sucker punched by a 19-year-old. Had too many drinks at the Roxy. But, you know, we got home from PAX yesterday, and we don't have any groceries. We got home a little too late to really go grocery shopping, because I was streaming. And, I was like, what do you want to do for dinner? And she's like, I want to do for dinner whatever you want to do. And I was like, oh my god, that's a great answer. So, we got some Indian food, ordered in, and when I was taking it... It's a 2 of hearts, so I don't care. When I was taking it up in the elevator, another tenant and her dog got in the elevator, and the dog was a Shiba Inu, and it bit the bag because it wanted the food so bad. And the owner was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I was like, for what? Helping me witness the cutest moment I've ever seen in my entire life? he won the naan. I'm not, you know, I didn't give him any. It'd be very irresponsible. Dogs can't eat that. Sacrificial altar has appeared in the basement. But I was like, that, I mean, in his head, he's like, give me this. And I was like, you're so small. You're like a little child. But it's very cute that you want to eat the human foods. When I tell Kate, she's going to go, aww. And I went, aw as well. So then, like, I've always heard, you know, Shiba Inu's got kind of like a snooty personality. Might be a good way to describe it. From what I've heard, I haven't interfaced with them very much. But I was kind of like, everything a Shiba Inu does is cute. I don't know, it's just like genetically engineered to be the cutest dog on the planet. And I know you're going to disagree. I'm just going to tell you, if you disagree, I guarantee you own a dog that's not a Shiba Inu. And that's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. You know, people probably see photos of my cats and they go, oh, you know, there are cuter cats in the world. Like, you ever see Grumpy Cat? Or like those Korean pet channels on YouTube that own like 100 cats and they make them custom strawberry ice cream and they all come and like lick the ice cream. It's ASMR. Anyway, the point is, to me, they're the cutest cats in the world. I see other cats and I go, that cat sucks. My cats rule. Right, Ruka? Oh, he won the naan. Can I have the naan? Dude, why did we get so many red chests? We do not have the left hand on this run, do we? Or do we smelt it? It's just a lot of red chests. Is it because we activated contract or missing page 2? Am I losing it? Is that an item that has a real effect? Anyway, you know, you find your own pets the cutest, I'm sure, most of the time. Nobody ever comes home and they saw like a really cute dog, and they get home, they go, hey, you suck. You're ugly. Sure, if you do that, please, like, be nice to your dog. That's like a really rude thing to do. I don't understand why you would ever do that to you. You know, all he wants or she wants is to, you know, be your best friend forever. come home, call your dog ugly. It's kind of a jerk move. And you know what? It's not kind of a jerk move. Being mean to a dog or like a baby are like the only two. Well, being mean to any animal that trusts you and is not actively like trying to hurt you, and being mean to like a child that has done nothing are the two unforgivable actions on planet Earth. I know you're gonna say, you know, being mean to a child under any circumstances. No. Didn't you see the video of the kid being a real piece of garbage to he was like 13. He was being a real piece of garbage to that older guy, and the older guy choke slammed him? Look, the 50-year-old dude was certainly not in the right to choke slam the kid, but the kid was being a piece of garbage. That action is wrong, but understandable, okay? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, to some extent. But if that 12-year-old kid was just like, hey, how you doing? And then the 50-year-old choke slammed him, obviously that'd be terrible. But like, oh, he's mad. Being mean to a house pet is just like, this is the saddest story in the world. Anyway, we're not gonna end on that kind of downer. I'm just saying, don't call your dog ugly unless he really sucks. Or if he like bites you on the, you know, on the throat and tries to kill you, then you'd be like, get off me, you ugly dog. But you only get to say it once. Don't milk it. We shouldn't lose. It is a theoretical possibility. I'm gonna be honest, I still don't understand the difference between Mom's Heart and It Lives. Seem pretty similar to me. Okay, we're hoping for lots of science tiers. And lots of good status effects out of Spider Mod. And if we look like we're gonna get hit, just say, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? Nah, hit the space bar with glasses. Or with your thumb. Very smart play. Little poison. He's done it. And a successful run there. Hey, thanks for watching. We knocked soy milk out. We'll probably pick it up next time and go, have we picked up soy milk? I don't remember. We also unlocked Blue Baby and the Blue Womb. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It's a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See you.